society, and they murdered him. Malcolm wanted to get as far away from them as he could, and they had him murdered. So now, that's a dichotomy within and of itself. So then our children are compelled to ask the larger question of society is, well, what is it exactly from the black man and woman that you want? Now, when we won't deal with the issue of race, we get in trouble, as the caller mentioned earlier. See, when the business community comes into the room and they dictate and they give questions, me as a reporter, I don't have the luxury of not naming the names or the institutions. I gotta put them out there. So when I say
you have to learn that,
right? We have to do that. So now, when I say it, I'm sitting here.
Just the average individuals.
That's true. Now, can I name these names?
Name your name.
Now, see, America is controlled by large corporations, and they sit up as members of a group. Now, this is the group that brings you your president. You never get a president without these people saying who's going to be president. Wow. So now, this is the Council on Foreign Relations. But these people have a vote in what the Council on Foreign Relations does as far as public policy. You have Bank of America, you have Chevron, you have America's Express, Victoria's Secret, you got the Blackstone Group, you got Shell, you got Moody's. So I'm just naming general corporations that wield power in America.
Money in all day.
There you go.
Spend our money in all day, every day.
So now that's the national and international scale. What do we have in the sister organization to that here? Because see, when we start looking at a group that controls Baltimore, the Greater Baltimore Committee. Now, they gave great accolades to Donald Fry on last evening. Donald Fry is the president of the Greater Baltimore Committee.
He was sticking out in the
There you have it. Now, it's interesting. When I said earlier on the broadcast that we should have started singing "We're Off to See the Wonderful Wizard of Oz," because the wizard came into the community last night and left unopposed. Now, I'm not saying that you have to run up on these people and disrespect them, but I'm saying that as an investigative reporter, having researched, having engaged these people, having been in the action arena, having encountered them, we did battle with them. We say that our children are suffering. Our elderly mothers are suffering. Fathers losing homes, foreclosures, automobile repossession. They're losing things because the people in public policy. When we look in here and say, well, who's the wizard in Baltimore? We're looking at Comcast. We're looking at Verizon. We're looking at Black & Decker. We're looking at the boards of directors of these corporations that make policy and then walk literally into the mayor's office and say, hey, girl, look at here. This is what we want. Put this in place. Now, from the line, have them come in here over the microphone, and we'll do this face to face.
Face to face, anytime. Hold on, 481-1010. Let's take our call. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, y'all see a lot.
Hey.
Look, Miss Flowers, I'm glad I got to see you guys last night. I don't see y'all that often because we be rolling.
Yes, sir.
And now that I'm retired, I get to do some other things. And I'm always thinking about you and the homeless people sometimes when I do stuff. And last night, what I enjoyed is I listened to everything, and the brother Bashir, I think his name is Bashir, to work with the 300 Man March Baltimore.
Brother Munir.
Yeah, Baltimore.com. That's an awesome.
Brother Munir was the odd one. Brother Munir was the odd one. He said everybody on the panel is an ex. That's talking about the ex-fellas. Brother Munir said everybody up on this panel Friday.
And what I like, that was a start, because we do, like you say. One thing I like about the women don't get caught up into the egos and all that stuff. I was sitting with some sisters, man. They gave me a flyer. We was talking, because I always got something for you. But let me say this. We know 1% of people ain't going to do the right thing, 1% of professions, doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, churches, all that stuff. But most of the churches and stuff that I know that I've been affiliated with, you've been to our church, CRL, ministries.com, they give out, food and a whole lot of other stuff, education and all that. And I told you about the breakfast service of my old church where I used to work in there 8 years with homeless people, alcoholics and addicts. Before I moved on to the church that we are in now, they have a breakfast service every Sunday morning, 2616 Harford Road. Had it for years and years, decades, free, real breakfast, grits, eggs, and all that. I told you about that.
What time is that?
I ain't tell you.
What time is that?
2616 Harford Road.
Okay, that's
but that's a start. We have to hold everybody accountable, like you say. And these sisters gave me a flyer. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, because our children are learning computers. But I like to walking through the crowd and talking to people. You and Dr. Humphreys I met, but you and
Right.
Y'all,
Yeah.
I couldn't talk to y'all because y'all was, busy doing something. But I got a call from the Muslim brothers, because I'm gonna deal with everybody, man. I want to work with everybody and talk to everybody.
Yeah,
get
well,
ideas.
Celebrity kid.
If we're gonna move forward, we gotta leave all the egos like the women do.
Yeah.
But they gave me this flyer real quick: science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, a fun national after-school program for youth ages 14 to 24, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., September through June, offering a fun way of exploring science, technology, art, engineering, and math using dance, music, spoken word, hip-hop, homework, help, computer, games, resumes, licensed counselors, and mentors on site. And the phone number is 410-601-0380, Miss Flowers. 410-601-0380, and it's 4236 Pimlico Road. It's in the Park Heights. Collaborative mission to educate the youth and the park.
Mr. Mark?
Mr.
I think
Moore.
we lost him. I got that number though. How you doing, Brother John?
Yes, how you doing?
How you doing, brother?
I heard my brother on that David Johnson.
They're right here.
How you doing, dear brother John?
All right. Yeah, David, I'm calling out here. I heard you talking that meeting from last night. I wouldn't even go to that. Hello?
Yes, sir. We hear you.
That's a waste of time. I've been going to meetings for years and years and years and years. Even when they had the black contractors with Robert Clay, after he was murdered, then they're going to bring the Baltimore committee into the president's staff, and he going to talk to the black man like they were children. And my job, what I do out here, I find jobs for our black young men. I talk to maybe 50 a day, sometime a week, or quite a few of them. I think I can create more jobs for these black men in Baltimore City. I watch the homicide. I watch from the homicide rate, and I talk to these guys. They got nothing to do but murder. Nothing to do but murder. I was looking at something on Pennsylvania Avenue the other day. I was watching them here, and pretty soon I said, going to be a hit. Going to take place someplace what's taking place here. I'm on the streets every day, and try to educate the people with the churches. But many years ago, we tried to summons every church in when we wanted to put the 25,000 people to march on drugs and crime, because the communities came to us and told us, look, what you going to do with this crime? The drugs stuff is getting erased. So we went to every church. They ignored us. Only one church dealt with us was this man named Reverend Wacky. The rest of them said, we got this Sunday, we got community. The only one, I give him credit, who's helped supported. We had photographers and people coming all over the country for this march. The only one who put his effort into the C4. But the churches would not do anything. We see what was coming. We know what's coming. And even Brother Johnson can tell you. But everybody who had a strong voice wanted a radio show, I gave him one. Out of my pocket. You understand me? To educate the people. When I watch in the community, it's like we worked it through our whole community down in Middle Africa. We brought the money in, so we had the black people attack that. I had the white supremacy.
Go to your next caller.
Called me for 4 years straight dead. You understand me?
Them phone lines
Attack on
ringing.
me every other night. When I go to my brother and tell him, they want to put the poison thugs in the street to kill the young people. Give to the drug dealers. We had to go to corner and tell the drug dealers to get them tested for the killer for the people.
Wow.
There's so much going on with the older people, with the older black people. All they want is a title.
Until next
They
time,
don't want to do nothing for the community, just a title.
Talk
Now, I had a
Baltimore.
with
Have
the
a
money
great
I
day.
brought in for the youth in Africa.